Hi, this is Anshul, and I will quickly demo a few of the programs that I've built. So let's dive right in. So I'll just type software. I go to this start screen, which is kind of totally hardware rendered, wherein you write directly to the graphics location, which is I think 0xA or 0xB for the color graphic things, and it just writes an ellipse and like the pixel colors directly. That was in the back stage. This is using the screen that I'm onto right now. Uses the BGA driver, so it's a little like at the application level. So, and this is a menu, and you can move in the menu using the arrow keys as I'm doing right now on the keyboard, or you can use the mouse to select an item. And this menu code is kind of reused everywhere then as a single library, and it's used in other applications as well. This is a driver program basically, which just has these menus and which would launch other programs which would also have the similar menus, and those programs are separate exes that we launch separately. So this kind of encrypts those and then decrypts it on the fly, launches them, and then closes them and comes back to the driver program. So let's dive right in. So the programs are divided into like the games. You have the ball game, and ball game is just like, so you just use the arrow keys to move your bottom bar, and your objective is to actually not let the ball fall off. And the yellow bricks are like 1 point, and pink is like 5, and then red is 10, and the speed of the ball increases as you gain more points, and you have you go to different levels. So I'll just quit this game now. It also has Hall of Fame thing where it keeps the top 5 scores and the names of the top 5 people. And I'll just this again has some animation at exit, which is again reused in other programs. Now you're back to the other program, so let's go to the second game, which is a tic-tac-toe. This is that was just a curtain animation, and let's select one player game. I'll just select maybe the professional mode, and let's all you have to do is like type in the number corresponding to the square where you want to place your move into, and it will show you your move. This is all in text mode. As you can see that the graphics are not kind of any kind of UI sort of features are used here. It is basically all text mode thing and drawn using normal text and go to things. So you can just say try to defend myself by 5 6, and it's a draw. I won't play games, I'll just no. And that was I was playing against some computer, so the computer was using his moves. Now let's go into the games again, and final game here is puzzle, which is basically I let the computer generate a matrix and I let the computer solve it as well. So here you see that there are a bunch of numbers randomly arranged. These are numbers from 1 to 15 in box, and the box, there are 16 boxes, 4 cross 4, and there is one white space, and you can only move adjacent numbers to the white space, but you cannot move diagonally. So using the rules of the game, this is like the computer solving it automatically. It kind of creates a tree, decision tree sort of thing, and try to go to moves where in the way of solving the game is more. So it's a weight-based decision, and then it will in certain scenarios it has like special hardcode moves, wherein in certain cases there's no what to do. So I'll just take walk through it as soon as it solves the program. Uh, so it exit and come back to the driver utilities program, and then the givens are done. Let's go to the utilities. Utility section has a security section. This is actually a TSR, and in the auto locking thing you can actually give time. Say for example, if your PC is not used for like 5 minutes or so, you want to auto lock, you can just do that, and this sort of works in the DOS environment using the TSR method, and wherein you just use interrupt 0x21 some codes, and the program would not exit but is marked as a TSR or terminate stay resident program and runs in the background. Nowadays with Windows, this sort of locking is automatically done and managed by the OS. So I won't dive into this lock thing, and it shows actually a clock when it's locked. So that is some sort of an animation. It shows an analog clock wherein it has arms and for minutes, seconds, and hours. Anyways, so let's go to utilities again, and then let's go to Boolean expression this time. And this is another exe which is launched, and it has the same menu. So it's the reuse of that same menu code via a library. And the first option is circuit maker, which is basically just draws a circuit that you entered. You enter an expression and it will convert it into a circuit diagram. And TTL logic is wherein it will use only AND gates to draw it. NOR logic is wherein it will use only NOR gates to draw your expression, and this reduces this expression to this NOR or whatever you want. So I'll just dive into the circuit maker option first. So say A plus, that is A or A and not B, and this will show you, and the operators are shown below. So now you can select the option for, since there are two variables that we entered, it will ask you for entering a binary value for A. So I'll say A is say 1 and B is say 0. Then it will also show me an animation of how the circuit looks like and the signal flows. So you can see at the bottom center screen that how many gate delays are there. So there are like 3 gate delays for it to actually compute the expression. So it will basically, if your gate, one of the gates takes say 1 millisecond, then which is like too much, but let's assume that, then your total expression is done in 3 milliseconds, and then you can exit it using the escape key. And I'll say I don't want to continue. Just quickly show using the NOR logic the same expression and the same values, and you see as the circuit flows, you also see that how each expression values are calculated and what's the output of each gate is actually shown on the screen, and becomes red as soon as it is available in the animation, meaning like it shows you why there are like 4 gate delays basically. So let's move on. I will exit this and go to utilities again. The calendar utilities is very simple, I guess. I'll just quickly go through it. You just enter the year and month, and it will go to that particular calendar, and you can use the arrow keys to switch between years and months. So the up and down arrow keys move the years, and the right and left arrow keys move the months. sort of thing, and that's it. Not many options there, just a simple calendar. And then there is CMOS utility, which was back in the days. If you want to clear the CMOS, you could actually write to certain locations yourself on the hardware memory, and it will clear or reset your BIOS settings. But I just go to this manager screen again, same sort of menu with different like color scheme, things like that, which can be customized. And then this actually is a library system wherein you have say a number of books. I'll just say search. I can search for a particular book, or I can say view all. I'll just say so search returned say one book, and it is showing me all the books in this menu item. And you see this menu item is kind of created like the Windows text box and stuff and labels and things like that, but all these controls are created for DOS, and even the cursor blink and stuff like that are like hardware controlled and drawn using lock buttons. So what I mean is basically like if I go to say add a book, you see that the cursor is blinking here, and I can use the tab to go between the text boxes and things like that. So all that thing has to be coded up, because back in the DOS environment you don't have any sort of UI framework to help you there unless you use any third-party software. I just go to the main screen, and I just quickly show say I want to issue say for example 1. So you just have to enter the member code or member ID of the person, because that is the unique key. The names could be common, and I can hit enter, and it will say this is issued to Anshul and things like that. And I'll just quit this small utility program then, and that's it for now. I will show you some more programs probably in another demo. Goodbye.